Are you planning on applying for your study visa to come to Canada yourself? You don't want to use any agency, any representative, you want to do it yourself? All right, in this video today, I'll be telling you 5 essential documents, 5 essential things that you need in applying for your study visa. So you want to hang on tight, stay tuned, because this video is loaded as usual. All right, you viewers, so welcome back to my YouTube channel. I still remember my humble self, MC Bernardino. This is Canada Reality, where I dish out content for those that are in Canada and those that are intending on migrating to Canada. If peradventure this is your first time on this YouTube channel, please take some few moments, subscribe to this YouTube channel. There's a notification bell beside it. Click on it so that anytime I drop a video, you'll be among the first to get it. And if you enjoy this video, please don't hesitate to smash on the likes button. Share this video with your loved ones on your social media and do Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and also drop your comments, question, anything you're not clear about based on what I'm saying today, what I've said in the past. Anything you're not clear about, feel free to drop it in the comment section. I will do justice to your question. All right, so just like I promised, in this video, I'll be guiding you, I'll be telling you, if you want to apply for your study visa by yourself, you don't want to use any agency, any representative, what are the 5 key things that you need to make your application successful? That's what because why I'm doing this video is because I get a lot of questions, people asking me, how do I go about it, and things like that. And that's why I dedicate this video to answer your question. All right, so what are the 5 things that you need? And please, I will implore you to please watch this video to the end, because I have a bonus for you. So you might want to just stay back and make sure you watch this video till the end. All right, so what are the 5 key things that you need? The first one is your letter of acceptance. So this time around, don't forget, we're talking about applying for your student visa. What do you need? Your study permit. So that means that you must have applied to the school for admission. Whatever school you want to come in Canada, you must have applied to that school, whether it's a college or a university. So the first thing you need is your letter of acceptance. So what do I mean by letter of acceptance? That is for you to apply to any school in Canada, either college or university, to come and do your diploma, your postgraduate, your bachelor's, whatever you want to do, your master's. You must have applied to the school, paid the application fee, submitted the necessary document, and they have given you your letter of acceptance. The letter of acceptance is what the school gives to you, showing that they've given you, accepted you to attend the school to study a particular course in that school for a defined period of time. So you need that letter of acceptance from that school in order for you to apply for your study visa, because you have to upload that on the IRCC website. So that is the number one thing that is very paramount, and it's important for you to have it in order for you to apply for your student visa. Your letter of acceptance, which you get after applying to the school, paying the tuition, paying the acceptance, the application fee, submitting the necessary document, and within 2-3 weeks, depending on the school, you get your letter of acceptance. So that is the key thing, and it is very paramount. The next thing, which is the number 2 thing that you need when you want to apply for study visa in Canada, if you want to do it by yourself, is you need a valid international passport. I mean, you're coming into Canada, you're leaving your home country, wherever you're coming from, you need an international passport. And also because you need to upload that when you are applying for your study visa online. So you need your international passport. So that is very paramount, and that is very important too. So that means that before you even start your journey to come into Canada, you need to make sure that you have your international passport ready and valid. At least you need to have it for the expiration of your valid international passport should not be less than 6 months. So it is not accepted. If it's less than 6 months, it will not be accepted. So you need to make sure that if you haven't gotten your international passport, you want to make sure you are spot on that. Apply for international passport from wherever country you are coming from. Get that, because you need to upload that on the IRCC website when you're applying for your student visa. That is also key. The next document that is very germane towards your study visa application, if you are coming to Canada as an international student, is your proof of fund, your finance. I mean, I can't overflog that. And that's very paramount, because you must have been building that for the last 6 months prior to your application, because you need to be able to build a proof of fund statement, of bank statement, to show that you have sufficient amount in your bank statement to cater for your education, to pay your tuition fee if you haven't paid the tuition fee, your living expenses, your transportation, your feeding, everything. You need to show it in the last 6 months. So people get it mixed up. I mean, can I just do it for 1 month? Can I do it for 2-3 months? It is better for you if you can even show it beyond, but they want you to print the last 6 months of your bank statement, because they want to see the antecedent, they want to see the history of how money comes into the account and how money leaves that account, just to show the genuinity of that bank statement. So that is very key. And for you to apply for study visa, you must have been building that for the last 6 months. And it's not necessarily it has to be your account alone. If somebody is sponsoring you, your mom, your dad, your uncle, your aunt, your boss at work, anybody that is sponsoring you, you need the sponsor's bank statement for the last 6 months. And if you're attaching your own personal account to your sponsor's account, both needs to reflect the last 6 months. That is very key. And that is another document that is very essential towards your study permit application when you're coming into Canada. And another reason why it is important is because you need to upload it when you're applying for the study visa on IRCC website. It's part of the document that you need to upload. I've done tons and tons of video on proof of fund. The reason why you need to make sure you don't falsify the proof of fund because it attracts ban penalty. So you might want to watch my playlist to see video on proof of fund and how you can go about building a genuine proof of fund. All right, viewers, I hope you actually understood what I brought for you today. If you have any question, anything you're not clear about, feel free to drop it in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, like you always do, please feel free to hit on the likes button. If you haven't subscribed, you've been coming on this channel, I can see you, some of you you haven't subscribed. Please make the decision today. Help this channel grow by subscribing now and turning on the notifications so that anytime I drop a video, you'll be among the first to get it. Thank you. Next thing that you need if you're applying to come to Canada is your police clearance, your police certificate, which is the fourth thing I brought for you today. Why do you need that? You need that because you need to be able to show that, because Canada don't condone criminality, they don't condone criminals, people that have criminal background and stuff like that, they don't welcome them in Canada. So that is why it is important for you to get your police certificate clearance done and ready, because it's part of what you are going to upload online when you're submitting your study visa on IRCC website. Either you're doing paper application or you are doing online application. So what do I mean? But for you to better understand, you have to, whatever home country you're applying from, you need to go to the State Department, I don't know what is obtainable in your country, and get police clearance to show that in the last 10 years or whatever, in the last years of your life, you don't have any criminal record. You don't have any criminal record. So that is something that is very paramount. You have to do that. Sometimes when you have to do that, you need to put in your fingerprint. I don't know what is obtainable in your country, but you need to show the antecedent of your previous life to show that you don't have any criminal record, because that is part of what you have to upload online when you're applying for your study visa. Because there are some criminal offenses that are unpardonable, that if you don't disclose it, an IRCC immigration officer treating your application later find out, it can also attract a ban too. So that is why you have to divulge all necessary and needed information when you're applying for your study visa. So that is the fourth thing that is very paramount and essential for you to get ready if you're applying for your study visa yourself, or even if you're using somebody. Those are part of what documents you need to give to the agency applying for you. All right, last but not the least, on the essential things that you need if you're applying for study visa to come into Canada, if you want to do it yourself, if somebody is doing it for you, and that is what Tiles Tobacco. That is the bonus I have for you. It is very paramount, it is very essential, and you need that too. So what do I mean by Tiles Tobacco? I can't overflog this. So many videos that I've done in the past emphasizing Tiles Tobacco. So many reasons for rejections these days is because of Tiles Tobacco. And that's why I said it is essential for you to show Tiles Tobacco. Because don't forget, when you're applying for your study visa, you are also convincing the immigration officer that you will be reverting back, you'll be going back when your study is done. Despite the fact that IRCC, Canada government, they created a path for international students studying in Canada to work in Canada and to eventually become a permanent resident and also a citizen. They still want you to convince them that you are not coming into Canada to come and stay and not go back to your home country. And that is why you need to prove that Tiles Tobacco. So what are the question you want to ask me? What are the things that, what are the documents, what are the things that you use to prove Tiles Tobacco? I've said it times two without number, and I'm going to say it again. Tiles Tobacco is things like, if you're a married person, you need to show your wife or your kids, if you have one, you need to show them they are going to be staying behind while you are coming into Canada, or your husband and kids, or your husband and wife, as the case is. Some of them are home. You have to show them as Tiles Tobacco. And also, if you're single, if you are working in a particular organization, you need to get a letter from your employer, a reference letter that states that you work in this company, this is how much you earn, and you're only going on a study leave, and you'll be reverting back on a letterhead of the company and showing your when you started with the company, how much you earn, and so just to show that the company supports you to go and study and they have a place for you when you are done studying. That's another thing you can use to prove ties to back home. If you have a company of your own too, you can also put your organization document, everything, memorandum of understanding and stuff like that, just to prove ties to back home. So anything just to show, if you have properties, anything you have, just to show that I'm well to do where I'm coming from. I'm not just coming into Canada to come and stay put, and that is why I am. So you need to show that ties to back home. It is very critical. I can tell you of the truth that 60 to 75% of reason for rejection is ties to back home. You need to show that strong affinity to where you're coming from, just to convince the immigration officer, despite the fact that he or she knows that you might not go back, but you still need to convince him or her that you have a strong ties that will make you go back home. So like, I will share my own experience with you. When I applied during my own time, I got a letter from my organization where I work with, and they gave me a reference letter. I wasn't even married then, so there was no way I could use my wife or daughter or my children. So they gave me a letter from the head office, and I attached it stating how much I make, that I'm only going for study leave, and I will be back. And that was what I used to serve as a ties to back home. I was lucky and I got the visa. So that's why ties to back home is very paramount, it's very essential, and you just have to include it in the things that you submit when you're applying for your study visa yourself or through the help of a representative. All right, viewers, I hope you actually understood the video that I brought for you today. So what is the stumbling block that you're facing? What is the major problem that you're facing regarding the ties to back home, regarding the proof of fund, regarding the letter of acceptance? What is the major problem that you're facing? Please feel free to drop it in the comment section. Let us talk about it. I mean, let dialogue begin in the comment section. I want to know what the problem you are facing. Out of these 5 things, what is the major hindrance that you have? Let us talk about it in the comment section. I would like to read your comment because I really want to know what is actually the main obstacle that you have in applying for student visa. And I would also like to help you because I was once in your situation, and I'm willing and helping. I'm willing and I want to help you just to make your dream come true, just like mine came true. So feel free to drop it in the comment section, and also like this video if you enjoy this video. All right, so let me at this point say that it is so the 5 things that I brought for you is not just restricted to that alone. You can also add additional things that you feel will help convince the immigration officer that to grant your study visa. So also don't forget that you need to write a letter of intent. A letter of intent is also very paramount and very essential because you need to state in that letter of intent while you want to come and study in Canada. That's just the summary of that letter. Why do you choose that course? Why did you choose Canada? While you want to study in Canada, what benefits will it get for you? And also why you will go back when you're done studying. So those are what you need to put in your letter of intent, letter of purpose, as the case is. That's another thing you also want to include. And also if you're married, you want to add additional document like your marriage certificate and stuff like that, just to prove the genuinity, just to make sure that the visa officer that is treating your file is convinced enough to grant your application. All right, once again, that is it. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section and I will do justice to your question. All right, till I come back to you again on this platform, Canada Reality, with your own boy MC Bernardino. Please stay safe, stay out of trouble, and don't forget to please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you. Peace out.